Hello and welcome to today's Dalal Street Week Ahead video. Now in today's Dalal Street Week Ahead video, I'll be taking a look at the Sensex index, Infosys, and I'll take a look at Union Bank. Usually I would cover the news first, but today I will include the news in the part for the Sensex. But first we'll straight go into Union Bank, and then we'll go into the Sensex, then we'll go into Infosys. Now coming to Union Bank. Now Union Bank has been doing very well. And anyone who has been watching my YouTube live trading sessions, pre or post the market, knows that I hold C cells in Union Bank, and this up move part is causing me a bit of acid reflux. Now the reason I'm holding on to them, because number one, we've not reached expiry. Now we are entering the expiry week, monthly expiry week. Number two, I believe this up move which has happened in Union Bank is more of a FOMO. It's a fear of missing out, and a lot of retail are getting in a jiffy. Because I agree the numbers which were given by Union Bank were great. Dividend was also good this time. But they do not justify this kind of a move, because for every positive, there's actually a negative in the bank. So according to me, Union Bank has sort of hit a plateau. And if you look at even without putting my levels, which are my quant levels, if we just draw a straight line, we'll see that it came a bit bent there. We have reached a resistance, which is a multi-week resistance. As if I move my face, you can see that this has been a resistance zone for very long. So someone thinking that Union Bank is just going to walk over all this resistance is going to be very mistaken. So how I see Union Bank trading, let me now pop my levels on so I can explain that in a more clear manner. Give it the levels. Now I've zoomed in so I can explain it in logically. According to me, between 144 and 137, we are in a box range now. We're going to be forming a box range which will have dilly-dallying about. The only danger will come if we break 144, because we'll go to 148. But I believe we are either going to top out at 142 to 144, or we're going to top out to 148. In fact, I most likely will end up selling fresh C cells in the June series once I see signs of topping out, either here or I see signs of topping out here. Why? Because if you look at this past move, this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. This has sort of been completely sideways. It's been positive, but sideways. These are just guys coming in because they missed this move and they want to buy in. So any scare which comes, if a bit of selling pressure comes, these guys will exit and they'll cause this box range to break, and they'll take it down to that. Now the only big question, will it come in this week, or will take about 5 to 7 trading sessions to develop, as box ranges do last. So now that's what the waiting game has come. But I personally, if I'm going to hold my C cells of May until expiry, most likely, and if I see signs of weakness coming out either at 144 or 148, I'm going to be selling fresh C cells in June series. As if this thing falls, then it will end up having a quick fall below 137. It will go to 131, 133 very fast. There I expect it to form a sort of another box range, and which will determine whether it's going to try to go up again or it's going to try to go down. But that will end up giving me a profit and basically relieving all the pressure of my option cells of May. So that's how I look at Union Bank. I might be wrong, but the market is a probability game. Provided you're 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 right, you're going to make good money. So that's how I look at it. So Union Bank, I am bearish on it in the short term, for it to fall to 137 and then breaks that and falls there. Once it reaches there, I'll provide an update to it. And this is a stock I'm going to be tracking like a hawk in the coming trading 1 to 2 weeks. Next, we'll take a look at the Sensex. Coming to the Sensex. Now, the Sensex this week I believe is very important for it. Whether you're taking Sensex, Nifty, BANKNIFTY, Mid Cap Nifty. In fact, I have told the subscribers who subscribe to my services that we hold CE cells in the indexes, and on Monday morning we're going to book most of the profits. So they're very good profits, as we have been having the box range in positional. Intraday there might be movement, but positional has been box range. So I'm going to book out, because when I look at it, it has come to a point where we're either going to get a clean up move or we're going to get a clean down move. Why I say, if you look at last week's trading pattern, I'll take the Nifty for example, because day trading I focus more on the Nifty than I focus on the Sensex. Now, each day, Monday to Thursday, was either plus 250 to 300 points or minus 250 to 300 points. So each day was cancelling each other out. And in fact, even the people who watched the Thursday live of Nifty expiry know at basically around 236, I said the spike is coming, and it came and took all the guys who had sold CE cells out. By 239, it had come in 3 minutes, and again, that equalized the book for the week in terms of positional. Friday's trading session was a unique one, where if you did not make money in the morning day trading period, the first 1 hour, 1 to 1.5 hours, you wouldn't have made in the rest of the day. The rest of the day was just complete sideways. If you look at it, the range was too tight for whether you take a look at stocks, whether you take a look at the indexes to make or anyone make. So that range tightness simply means that either we're going to break out to top or break out to bottom. Why I'm not giving a clear direction is because we're in a box range and we're dead center in the box range. So dead center in the box range, it's a 50-50 probability, and that's also why I'm going to be booking a lot of my profits, because if it goes against them, I don't want to lose the gains for me and my subscribers. So now my Sensex trading plan is pretty simple. Between 82,700 and 8440, it's a no man's land. The box range will continue like it has been. And if you notice, this part is, these are not my quant levels. These are simply using my volume bar indicator. And you can see that volume bar has sort of kept everything in between. Now, where that volume bar has formed would usually signal a different thing, but due to it being so sideways, it becomes a neutral zone. So, and I look at it positionally. If you break 82,700, then it's a long to 83,600, 84,050. This is positional view, not intraday. If you break 84,40, then we're going down to 79,840. If we break that, then we go to 78,400. So both ways is completely neutral. And even if we look at something with everybody uses something like the 200-day moving average, it's also completely gone flat. So it's completely neutral right now. So only go positionally long on a break of 82,700, or positionally short if it breaks this support and then this support. Otherwise, option sellers can sell this range here and sort of try to make money this week from that. That's my view on the Sensex. But anyone who's entering new positions, I would advise them to use half the normal volume, as when it breaks one of these sides, it's going to be a very vigorous break. And if you're on the wrong side, it's going to hurt, according to me, in terms of F&O selling. Naturally, tomorrow morning, once the market opens, we'll get more cues for the Sensex. But that, when I make my live pub, I will be sort of covering it there. I'm day trading the whole day, the Nifty, BANKNIFTY, and mid-cap Nifty. And Sensex is on Tuesday, I'm day trading it fully because of its expiring. So that's it on the Sensex. Now let's take a look at Infosys. We'll take a look at Infosys stock version. Now, Infosys has formed sort of a similar thing like the Sensex. If you look at it, a big volume bar, and then it's completely gone sideways in that. And this week, I believe, is very important for it. Also, it goes ex-dividend. So all that is going to come into account. So according to me, as long as Infosys is between 1635 and 1532, it's going nowhere. But if it manages to break 1532, then it's a short to 1475. If it breaks that, then it goes to 1410. So my point of view on Infosys, because it's coming ex-dividend, it might see some demand coming in, which will push it towards the top of the box range. If it breaks 1635, then it goes to 1680, 1715. My personal trading plan for Infosys is most likely going to be, if it gets any up move, then I'll go and sell calls in the June series naturally, because that will sort of be a culmination, as people will be just picking it up for the dividend. and then post the dividend, the selling pressure will naturally come, as whatever we say that okay, US trade deal might happen and everything, the IT companies in India are going to be in hot soup because of one simple thing called AI. Because the IT companies in India have not technically been inventing anything, they've been just fulfilling consulting services and all these things. So that is replaceable in a large way by AI. So according to me, the IT sector, whatever it does, any up move is a dead cat bounce to be shorted in the bigger picture. And since in option selling, we're looking at the bigger picture, if we go towards 1635, I'll most likely enter CE cells. I'll first wait for it to naturally give the indication via my indicators, my indicators of the volume, trend catcher, this volume and all, then take a shot. But I'm looking down towards Infosys, I'm looking down towards Union Bank, Sensex, Nifty, BANKNIFTY. I have no comment right now. Let them do what they want to do, then we can enter a position. In fact, as I said, I'll be booking my profits from the CE cells on Monday morning. Because from when we sold, we have eaten out, say, about 70 to 75% of the premium. So why risk that premium for the rest? So at minimum, I'll book half the profits. Maximum, I might just cash out of them and take all the profits. So that's it for today's video or for the week ahead. If you want to be joining my YouTube live sessions every day, then you can drop a WhatsApp to the number shown in the description box below, and someone will guide you on the procedure on doing so. That's it for today's video. If you liked it, then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification bell. Thank you.